Hello, everyone, and welcome to twitch.tv/The Onyx Path, where tonight we are gathering to play some Trinity Continuum adventure. That's right, this is session 3 of our Trinity Continuum adventure tale. This episode is entitled Party Crashers. But before we dive too far into the party and those who may or may not be crashing in or crashing it, I wanted to share a couple quick things with the good folks at home. First of all, we are playing Trinity Continuum Adventure, which is currently available for pre-order over on BackerKit. I'll go ahead and throw that link in the chat. If you head over there right now, you can pre-order your copy of Trinity Continuum Adventure. You'll get the PDF probably within about 24 hours of ordering. Get the advanced PDF that's out right now to backers. And then you'd be able to get your copy, if you order a print copy, get that shipped to you when the rest of the Kickstarter books ship. There's lots of cool other things you can, add-ons and whatnot you can grab. So head over there and check that out if you like the game that we're playing. I also, speaking of things that you should head over and check out, we have a deal going on over at Indie Press Revolution on our traditionally printed books. 50% off select materials. Mostly that's OGL stuff. So like our Scarred Lands, Dead Man's Rust, which I was the dev on, but also several of the other Scarred Lands 5th edition materials are 50% off. Monarchies of Mao is 50% off. Legend Lore, 50% off. Associated books and screens and dice and all that good stuff is half off. And there's also a couple of Chronicles of Darkness titles in that sale as well. So you can grab Changeling the Lost or Dark Eras 2 and the attending storyteller screens. So that's all half off over at Indie Press Revolution. Go over and check that out. I want to remind you all that at the end of the month, the last Friday of every month, we have Onyx Path Game Night through our partners at Start Playing. And the details for that are over on our Discord. So if you head over to the Discord, I just threw the link to that in the chat. You should see like the Game Night channel and be able to get in there. It's a great opportunity to try some of our games. Maybe if you've not had a chance to try them in the past, maybe you've like been watching and you're like, oh, I really want to try Trinity, but I can't get my players to come over and check out this new game. You head over to Game Night, you can sign up for a game or even sign up to run a game and just state right there in the description that, hey, this is new to me. We're trying something new, looking for new players, yada, yada, yada. And it's a nice way to sort of build like a instant community for play. So definitely check that out. And the last thing, of course, is the Realms of Pugmire 2nd edition Kickstarter is currently active. We've got, 15 days left, and we've unlocked 5 or 6 stretch goals. We're well on our way to the next one. Lots of cool add-ons and things that you can pick up at this point, and it's only going to grow from here. So go over, check that out, and back Realms of Pugmire 2nd edition if you have not yet done so. I think that is all of the practicals. I think the bills are paid. So before we dive too deep into gameplay, I do want to take a moment, have everybody introduce themselves. And as we do our introductions, I'm also going to ask you if you want to make any tweaks to your character. So let's start this off. This time around, let's start things off with Bunny. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, anything you would care to promote, and if you would like to make any tweaks to your character today.
Sure. So hi, it's really wonderful to see all of you again. I'm really excited to be back. I am Millie and/or Bunny-Hearted. My ODM pronouns she and her or they and them. And I am a cozy, comfy, retro bunny VTuber with a slam on my head. Yeah. I'm playing Barbara Babs Butcher, the dashing disaster pilot who's perhaps bombacious and a whole bunch of other B words, which we'll return to in the near future. If you want to find me anywhere else, I guess you can find me at twitch.tv/bunnyhearted or wherever bunnies are found at bunnyheartedvt or bunnyhearted.com. And I'm really looking forward to crashing this entire city. I think I'm going to try to make it happen, and I'm stoked for it. I don't think I need to make any tweaks to the sheet. I'm still feeling pretty good about it.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. And
thank you so much.
Threw a link to your channel up in the chat, so I encourage folks to head over there and give a follow. And next up, we have returning to the stream after a brief bout of horrible misadventure we have Chaz, please give us your pertinent details and if any tweaks you'd like to make for your character.
Hello, all. So I am Chaz, a PhD candidate who studies like video games and music and storytelling. And I also am he, him, and I am playing Martinique Rogers, also he, him, who is, I'm thinking, what's that like famous angry British chef?
Gordon Ramsay?
I think he's going to be like a Gordon Ramsay mixed with a Mr. Rogers, just like yelling profane positivity at you, like, you're the best ever. And you just like, can't really handle it just yet. That's what I'm feeling today. But it's so good to be back, and I'm excited for whatever chaos that I missed last week.
Excellent.
Nothing at all. Nothing bad happens. Don't worry about it.
Nope. It was all sunshine and rainbows. Do you have any tweaks you would like to make to your character? You can move one dot of a skill to another skill, or one dot of an attribute to another attribute if you so choose, or change any of your aspirations.
I'm liking what I got so far. I'll keep it as is.
Beautiful. Excellent. Well, then following the rhythm, next up, that brings us to CJ. Please tell us all of your pertinence and any tweaks you would like to make.
Hi, everyone. I'm CJ Starry. My pronouns are they, them, and you can find me on a number of places. You can find me on CJ Starry, pretty much everywhere. That's my personal stuff. In addition to that, and here, you can also find me on TTRP_theater. Let's reset that a second. There we go. And Ink and Lyre, Lyre. And yeah, I'm having a great time. And I don't have any tweaks. Playing Sula Farron, she, her. Yep. So.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Excellent work, and I appreciate it. And last but not least, that brings us to Lecco. Please share your pertinence with the class.
Sure. I am Lecco Rodriguez, a certified personal trainer, specialized in weight loss and body recomposition. If you would like a free consultation, head over to teamlecco.com and we can talk about all of your fitness goals, whatever they might be. You can also hit me up on Twitter at teamlecco, where I will answer any questions either privately or publicly. Playing Fabian the Ferret Ortega, Gentleman Thief, and at this point, Singularity of the Pencil Thin Mustache, all he, him. He has every intention of claiming the monopoly on said mustache. And speaking of B words, there are many to go around. So again, shout outs to Babs, the bold and bombastic bellicose bombardier, benevolent benefactor of bewitching bun fun, whose body brilliance brings brightness and bountiful blessings upon boss bosoms.
I will never emotionally recover from this.
Well, on that bewildering note,
Damn,
let's dive in.
Tweaks. I have 2 tweaks.
Oh yes, tweaks. I'm sorry, I was going to run over your tweaks.
I'm buying a new gift. So I'm buying Shadow Ambush because I wish to ambush from the shadows, sneaky ferret.
That makes sense.
And I will be moving a point from enigmas, as we are no longer solving problems, we are creating them, to close combat.
A bold move, one I appreciate. Excellent. Cool. Well, rather than rejoining our adventures where last they were, we're going to shift focus momentarily over to Martinique. Now, as you had arrived at the city, you were pretty much ushered away from the runway almost right away, as Dr. Topol basically says, well, I wanted you to get here a little sooner. Some wires got crossed. I apologize, but we do have a ball this evening, and we will be in need of delicious appetizers and tasty treats for those folk. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to ask you to skip the tour of the city and head straight away to the kitchens.
Of course, just show me where I'm going to create. Show me my lab.
Excellent. He assigns a porter to take you into the city to the holiday commemorative ballroom. And you realize first of all, as you're walking through the city, you see this. I mean, this is a massive, think Manhattan downtown, but floating 20,000 feet above the ocean. Amazingly, despite the altitude, the air seems to be relatively breathable and thick. The temperature is pleasant, and it's not terribly loud here. They must be doing quite a bit of mechanical magic to make it so pleasant. Once you get kind of onto the streets, you wouldn't know you're in a floating city just by looking around. And after about 15 minutes of journey on foot, you arrive at the Holiday Commemorative Ballroom, and you realize that this name is not, in fact, holiday as in celebration. This is a ballroom that appears to be dedicated to and inspired by the stories of one Doc Holliday. There's a very Western theme to the decor. You see there are various gambling tables set up around the sort of outer edges of the space, primarily faro and poker and blackjack tables. There's a relative within those are a circle of dining tables set up for kind of what you'd expect for like a banquet hall. And then moving into the center with that is a very vast dance floor with a stage. The stage has an orchestra pit, and there are already musicians in there sort of doing their tuning and their sound checks, as it were. The porter directs you through that ballroom and into the kitchens. The kitchens themselves take up 2 stories of the back of this area. There's sort of a lower floor, which is where most of the actual food preparation is done. And then there's a higher floor where a lot of the storage, the pantry, things along those lines, and sort of pre-prep is done. There's about 24 cooks back there right now, just sort of running around kind of in sheer chaos, trying to get everything in order, trying to figure out, what's the priority, what do we need to axe, what do you mean the shrimp didn't get delivered, kind of day of event kitchen chaos. And the porter sort of says, well, chef, this is all yours. I will leave it in your capable hands.
And we'll look around and be like, this is what I'm working with. With these people, they're so stressed, but cooking is fun. Why are they not having fun?
You'll have to forgive the staff. Our prior chef recently left the organization, unfortunately, rather suddenly. So they've been a bit rudderless for about the past week.
This won't do. We need to have a talk. We need to come together, and they need guidance. They need help. This is why I'm here.
Excellent. What would you like to do?
So I want to get everybody to kind of like come together. I assume people are going to be like, things are going to burn, but like we don't care about burning. We need to like come together, have a nice sit down, and really just like talk about why we're cooking. We're not cooking for like money. This is for the joy of like feeding people, for having them like have an experience through the taste senses. Like, that's why we're here.
Okay, excellent. And is there any particular skill tricks, or gifts you would like to lean on while you're giving this sort of speech to the folk?
I'd like empathy. Really just like speaking to the heart through food. Maybe artistic talent as an edge.
Sure. Yeah. You're sort of conveying your own passion about cooking itself. Your skill set would absolutely apply. So you may add that as an enhancement to the role. And then what attribute would you like to lean on?
Presence.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that presence or the empathy and presence roll with, I believe it's 3 for the artistic talent.
Yeah, I popped 3 dots into it.
Yep. So you have 3 enhancement.
Yeah.
And your target number is 8.
So I have between presence and empathy 10. 10 die. I got 1 success.
Excellent.
And
Well,
other than 1 8, nothing was over a 4.
I would like to remind you that there is currently 5 momentum in the pool. So would you like to tap into that?
I mean, yeah, I will use 1. So with that, and then my 3 enhancement, that should be 5.
Well, the momentum gives you a reroll of failed dice. So
Oh, yes.
if you want to use more than that, you're welcome to, as long as the group doesn't mind.
We'll say 1. I won't risk it.
Okay.
And that's a 10.
Excellent. So go ahead and reroll that.
And that's a 6. So
Excellent. So now you have 4 momentum in the pool. It's 2 successes. Not a bad showing. The cooks all sort of, you can tell that they're picking up what you're putting down. They're grooving with it.
okay.
They're you're getting a lot of yes, chef. Where would you like me to go, chef? What would you like me to do, chef?
All right, then let's I assume while I was getting a tour of the lab, I would have started like paying attention to like anybody's particular skills and talents, and so I want to use my knowledge to like reconfigure as need be, make it a little more seamless. Have people have a little more enjoyment when they're cooking, bring joy into their food so it tastes better. So I'll just like start like, yeah, you can go over there. You don't need to be there. I'll take over there. You go this way, and just start to like.
It takes about an hour for this sort of den of chaos to turn into a well-oiled professional culinary machine for cranking out love-filled delights. They're about an hour and 15 minutes in. A couple of the cooks are singing while they're working. There's some porters and bussers kind of moving through, joining in the song. People are bringing up kind of mild last minute concerns, but few of those make their way fully to your ears. A lot of it you kind of overhear, like, we're out of the 14-ounce flutes. We'll just switch to the 12. We'll be fine. Things along those lines. And at about an hour and 30 minutes into your sort of organization of this, you get a moment to kind of do a lap around the kitchen and just really sort of absorb what's going on with everyone. And there's one fellow who appears to be working on like a dessert, like a cake.
Mm-hmm.
Rather sizable if you think something along the lines like a wedding cake type of size and structure. And he certainly doesn't appear to be feeling it, but you can also almost instinctively register a slight bit of confusion from this fellow. Almost as if he doesn't seem like he belongs in a kitchen.
I feel like it is my duty as head chef to go over and kind of assuage that confusion. Like, what's wrong? Is there an issue? Is something wrong with the recipe?
He says, you'll forgive me, chef. I'm sorry. The cake just doesn't seem. I don't seem to be getting quite enough stick out of the frosting. I don't know if maybe I mixed it wrong or but it's fine. It's nothing that you need to trouble yourself with. I can get it sorted out.
No. Like, there's no trouble. Like, we're in this together. And so I took keen senses for taste, and we are absolutely going to keen sense the shit out of this frosting right now.
Excellent. This is like a banana cream frosting. Why don't you go ahead and give me a enigmas and whatever attribute you feel you might lean on the most for processing taste. And I'll let you add your artistic talent as enhancement to this check.
Okay. So we'll say enigmas and cunning. 2 plus 3, so 5.
Excellent. You don't even get it to your tongue. When you pick up an almost just the slightest hint of a chemical odor to it.
That's what I thought.
It's sharp. You kind of almost instinctively pull away from it. There's definitely something in that is not, certainly not food safe.
Okay. So like, who? Well, I have a feeling why this isn't working. Who gave you this recipe? Is this a family recipe?
No, I learned it in school, actually. You are almost 100% sure this dude is lying to you.
Yeah. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to accidentally trip and just knock this cake over. He's not going to poison the whole. Oh no!
Excellent. You trip and knock into the cake. As you do, some of the frosting gets on your skin. And as it does, you feel depleted. I need you to roll just one resilience attribute at your choice of what you would like to rely on for resisting a telluric effect.
Come on, composure. I believe in you. 1.
Excellent. You lose 2 points of inspiration, like they spend, as you feel like energy drain from you from contacting this frosting.
Okay.
And there's a slight tingle where it's touching your skin.
Okay. You said like the kitchen, like people are singing and like things are happening. I'm not
Right.
necessarily in the kitchen. I would like to escort this young man somewhere else so we can have a less than joyous talk.
Excellent. You walk out the nearest door of the kitchen. It places you right at the sort of corner where the faro tables, the dance floor, the orchestra pit, and the dining areas all almost sort of are equidistant from you.
Mm-hmm.
And just behind the faro table, you can see a beautiful view of the cityscape.
So as we're walking, I don't want to get like kind of uncomfortably close. So in case he attempts to either like dash away or shank me with some sort of telluric thing, it's not as easy for him. I want to be like, okay, who are you? Where are you from? And what are you doing?
Well, my name's Jeff. I'm from Tallahassee originally, but I went to school. I went to NYU for culinary school.
It's 2 out of 3.
And what am I was baking a cake until you fell into it.
Okay, let's try it again. Why are you trying to poison people?
His eyes go wide, and he takes a swing at you.
Yeah. Random, non-important question. Is there a window anywhere nearby?
There is. There's a beautiful window that you can see the vista of the cityscape. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What would you like to rely on for your defense?
Composure.
All right,
We saw this coming already.
Go ahead and give that roll, please.
Exposure, don't fail me now. 1 success.
All right, that's unfortunate, not enough to avoid the blow. He catches you in the jaw, and you suffer an injury condition as your teeth sort of clack together, and you feel like maybe this poison, for lack of a better term, might have taken a little bit more out of you than you first thought. What would you like to do?
I have a thing called Nice Shot My Turn, and I want to do that.
Excellent. Please, what does Nice Shot My Turn do?
Nice Shot My Turn. Where are you? Take a direct. After taking an injury from an enemy attack that was not applied to armor, your character may spend an inspiration to immediately act again. This action must be a close combat attack targeting the character who damaged her. If the attack results in the enemy being taken out, restore any momentum that may have been spent on the attack roll.
Excellent. Go ahead and make that. Spend that inspiration. Make that close combat attack.
Then.
I would love to see more momentum spent. Especially since you get it back.
I was gonna say one could suggest there's a wonderful window of opportunity here for
There is 4 in the pool that I would totally trust you to use.
Let's see.
Because Jeff can go to hell.
1, 2, 3, and then let me use 1 more. Let's see what we get.
Okay, so you can use 1 more momentum?
As long as the party is...
I mean, I want to see more, but I'm sure with 1.
and a 9.
It. This man's a big liar.
All right. And so how many successes is that total?
4.
Excellent. So that is enough to beat the defense. Now you can deal an injury condition, or you can instead knock them back a range band into that glass window that is behind them.
I feel like it has to do glass window.
Excellent. You strike a powerful uppercut, and he goes kind of ass over tea kettle across one of the banquet tables, flips over the faro table, and crashes into the window. You hear there's almost like a pregnant pause as you hear the cracking of the glass, and he goes through. Despite the fact that there didn't seem to be a lot of wind at ground level, you're now a couple stories up, and that is very clearly not the case. As you see, he doesn't so much fall out the window as just sort of flies away out the side.
Damn it, Jeff! It didn't have to be this way.
Are we considering? Is Jeff considered taken out?
Yes, Jeff is taken out.
Taken out the window.
So that will be a regain of the momentum. So that brings you back up to 4.
To the window.
Yes. A couple of the porters come running over. Chef, are you okay? What happened?
Who was that man who I was just talking to?
One of the cooks he's new. We don't really know all the staff here.
I want to start going back to my memory and see if I can recall all the projects I had him on. Just in case he had multiple poisonings happening.
No, as near as you can recall, he was only working on the cake.
Okay. We'll find someone who has extra joy to send to have them create some kind of experimental dessert. We are not having cake tonight. Do we have a deluxe heavy duty cleaning thing where it's we don't touch it, we don't talk about it. I need that, or that needs to be brought out and we need to get rid of the cake.
I can get you a bag of lye from the basement.
Yeah. Extra strength, deluxe lye. Just something that we don't even want touching the ground, or we'll just eat away.
Sure. One of them runs off to grab the lye. The other one runs off to grab someone to start working on replacing the window. so that nobody gets sucked out of it.
Yeah.
And we will rejoin Martinique shortly. The rest, well, Fabian, you were off by yourself, correct?
Oh yes, I was taking a trip to the museum.
I'll get back to you in a minute.
Sure.
Babs, Sula, Dr. Topol has taken the Thompson from you and was just sort of turning to look at you as you all hear, "Ah!" and a man in like a cook's jacket just splatters on the runway and like slides up in between you.
Do you think he burnt the steaks?
Well, that ain't good.
Dr. Topol looks down and says, I think maybe we have a problem at the ballroom. Look, we should go.
Right.
Puts the Thompson up as he starts running into the town.
Well, grab my suit. Do you got your outfit? You feeling ready?
Yeah, I should be just
I'll get changed
fine.
on the way, maybe. Figure this out somehow.
When, don't worry about it. Just 2 seconds. It's literally just gonna like pull something over her head and like pull the other part down and be like, it's a little bit fancy, but it's not as much as I anticipated because I feel like we might have to do some gymnastics here. Shall
Well,
we?
it's real nice, though.
Thanks.
And what else were you grabbing from the plane besides a change of clothes?
Bab's gonna get her gun.
Okay, excellent.
And ferret's bundle.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the bundle for Ferret, yeah. And what was the gun? I have it written down. It's not a big fancy one. It's like a Colt 1911
Nice.
basic pistol. Yeah. And then also Babs's like dress clothes are definitely not a dress. She's definitely a suit person. So has like a tailored suit that she's going to grab and try to figure out how to get changed into.
Excellent. As you're running along, you do spot a telephone booth, so you can hop in there and change if you want to.
Well, ain't that just a heroic discovery?
Unbelievable.
I got to make a phone call. Not really. She's totally going to do that and going to step in and get changed in a phone
Love
booth.
it.
And then well in there realize I could have just done this with the plane.
Yeah, so that's like, why didn't you change in the plane?
I didn't think this through.
As you step out of the phone booth, there's just a couple of guys just kind of sitting on a bench in the corner, just kind of staring, mouth agape.
It's like adjusting the little pocket corner. Don't worry about it.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let us shall.
You start running. You are able to largely keep up with Dr. Topol. He doesn't really speak throughout the duration. He's just focused on getting there. And as you arrive, you run up into the ballroom, see it kind of laid out as described before, and see Martinique sort of discussing, directing people like, you go get that window patched up. That whole area needs to be cleaned where the cake was. And you can both visibly see Martinique looks haggard, looks like he hasn't slept in a month.
Everything all right over here, Martini?
Dr. Ferry, yes. The joys of cooking never ends. Oh, but it also takes it out of you.
You immediately
Yeah.
recognize.
Do you want some whiskey or something?
Do you
You
have
look like
some?
you're at 40,000 feet, not 20.
I keep telling you, anytime I'm above like 2 feet, like this happens. There's nothing good ever happens.
I'll be sure to fly lower next time.
I appreciate it.
So we're like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you do notice that Dr. Topol is there and holding a Thompson submachine gun.
Normal stuff.
He says, what happened to the window?
I had a falling out with one of the chefs. It happens in the high tension, high banter. There's knives in the kitchen. We don't.
Anything I should be made aware of? This is the second report I've received today of people acting uncharacteristic. I fear
Did
we
he
may
try to
be.
shoot you? We got shot at already.
What?
I fear we may be dealing with some infiltrators.
Well, considering you got shot at, yes, because someone tried to poison a cake.
A cake!
My God, man,
Now
what kind
that
of
is
poison?
dastardly.
Wasn't able to tell, but I know like I touched it and you can see the results. So I'm assuming ingesting it would have been slightly worse.
Oh my
We're taking
goodness.
care of it as we speak.
Concerning.
Well, do you need to see a doctor? I can see if we can fetch Aura and have her take a look at you.
I mean, is there any better doctor than cooking?
Yes, someone who's gone to medical school.
I guess you're right. Okay. I think so. The chef, I'm just gonna go take a double check to make sure the kitchen's like going smoothly. I'm not necessary. Everyone's like happy and upbeat and a little bit of like scatting going on.
All right, very well.
Good.
He runs over and picks up a phone that's arranged near the orchestra pit. And says, "Operator, I need you to connect me to Aura, please."
And just remind me, did we tell him about Aura last game?
I don't believe you had a chance to mention much of what had happened, other than that you had been shot at. I don't think you explained.
I think if Aura is coming, we should make ourselves scarce, perhaps.
I think you're right.
Well, by the way, Martinique, do be careful. I do think she tried to set us up to die, but she doesn't know we know, so.
Well, maybe.
Well, she probably thinks we're dead, so.
So then maybe.
Oh, she'll probably come for you next.
Yeah,
Oh my
why
God,
is she
get
the?
ready?
So the kitchen is the best place. I knew it. The kitchen is the best doctor. I don't like this idea. If someone tried to kill you, it's going to
How
try
do
to kill me.
you feel about being bait? Catch her red-handed?
I'm not against being bait. Hold.
Well,
Dr. Topol walks back over. I apologize. I was unable to rouse Aura on the phone, but I did leave a message for her to come and take a look at you.
What a shame.
go look at Zula. Should we?
Probably.
Maybe it's not so bad you can't get a hold of her because she probably set us up to get killed.
Yes, there was a bit of a knowing nod that happened in between her and the guy who
She
shot us.
sent us down on a tour of the turbines, which I still haven't really gotten to take a look at, and honestly, I am pissed about that. And then did one of those like I see you nods to one of the goons down there, who then pulled out that their gun and tried to kill us. So that seems like a bit of a conundrum.
Well, I don't understand that at all. She's never been anything but loyal.
Well, we was deeply startled too.
Yes, and as it stands, Doctor, we do not think that she is aware that we know that she was in on it. So we may be able to use that to our advantage somehow.
This is an awful lot for me to try to just accept. She's been part of my organization for years.
Well, that's why we're hesitant to tell you.
Well, I understand that. What?
Oh, I was just going to say she must think she has a very good reason for what she's doing.
Yes. I'd like to find out, though. And you being attacked and one of our desserts being poisoned, that's two very dastardly occurrences in a very short period of time. So I will get to the bottom of this, I assure you.
Thank you.
Until then, this is probably the safest place for you.
We are happy to help
Lots of
if there's
explodes.
something to be done. Just let us know.
For sure. I would have liked to interrogated that cook, but I don't think he's going to be talking to anybody anytime soon.
Oh, he was horribly closed-lipped. I tried my best to talk to him, and it just didn't.
We saw him. His lips were considerably open. One was at the north end of the runway. The other was at
almost
the
hit the
south end
plane.
of the runway.
I
Yes.
apologize.
I believe the dish that you created there was road pizza.
Fortunately, we have some maintenance robots that will be able to clean the runways for us. But yeah, it was. If you come across anyone else doing anything dastardly, do try to keep them alive long enough to answer some questions, please.
Scout's honor.
It's appreciated.
In our defense, the man who shot at us jumped off the side himself. We just made sure he didn't come back up.
Well, we sort of tried. It was a complicated circumstance.
He had wings.
Yeah, it was quite dastardly, those wings.
Those wings, yeah. Were they golden by chance?
Of course.
Yes,
You know the ones.
I'm afraid so.
I suspect that this all may be being orchestrated by the tyrant of the skies, Dr. Zorba.
I think you might be right. It smells like the sky runs all over it. Stinky.
That's
That's the smell.
very unfortunate. I had planned on discussing this with you all after tonight's event, but I invited you all here specifically because of concerns I have about Dr. Von Zorbo, and I had hoped to work with you to try to neutralize some of those concerns, but it seems as though the doctor has beaten us to the punch.
Isn't it just so difficult to be right? It's a
Well,
burden that plagues me frequently.
unfortunately, I've clearly been wrong about some of my people, and all I can do about that is apologize.
You never know why.
Well, still, I will get in contact with the constable, and we will do our best to get a hold of Aura for some questions. Till
Best of
then,
luck.
I wish you luck in it. Martinique, is there any whiskey in that kitchen?
Whiskey in the kitchen? We would never. And as I'm saying, I want
Oh
to
my
like escort her to like the secret whiskey cabinet. We don't have.
Is literally just gonna pour like some in a cup and hand it back to you.
Yeah.
excellent. You begin drinking. Dr. Topol takes his leave of you, and we will shift our focus briefly and momentarily over to the museum. Fabian,
Hi.
you were entering the museum just on foot, right? You were just going in.
So
normal?
I am entering on foot, but I am entering in incognito. I will be wrapped in my ferret war dance armor. I don't know if you've ever seen a ferret war dance, but it's not intimidating at all, really. But the war dance armor allows me to to feel a little more at home. So I will creep into the museum as one does when they are about to commit a felonious theft.
Excellent. You make your way past the security at the front door, who basically doesn't look up from his newspaper as you enter.
Reading
And
the same newspaper he was reading before.
yeah, it's only been a couple
Such
hours.
a slow reader.
It might be. It's possible. And you make your way to the appropriate hallway.
Okay. I'm going to assume that the museum's not really populated considering the ball, but I don't know if there are.
You don't see anyone else in there at this time.
Okay. Then I would like to. How is this place lit currently?
There are electric lights that descend from the ceiling, kind of suspended by their power cables with hanging fixtures about every 30 feet or so.
I am worried about the hefty security of the podium, so I would like to kill the power if I could. So if I find like a fuse box or a panel or anything similar, I will look for one of those.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and give me technology or larceny at your leisure? And what would you like to base that with?
Oh, we're gonna be cunning
Okay.
for sure.
Excellent. Are you rolling technology or larceny?
Larceny and technology. This
Go
guy.
ahead and give me a larceny cunning roll. You're going to have a complication of 2 because you're not familiar with the types of power systems that they're using here.
That's okay. I would like to do my best to offset that by being remarkably intuitive. So I'll spend an inspiration to use my intuitive facet to give myself some enhancement to help handle some of this.
Excellent.
Right. So that is 11 successes.
You not only do you find the fuse box, but you also find what appears to be a small.
-2 for purification, obviously.
Right, so it's 9 successes. Yeah. You find what appears to be a small device that's been attached to the fuse box that appears to be some sort of transceiver and is attached to a small detonator. Looks like just enough explosive to probably blow the box itself.
Huh.
Kind
Is somebody else planning to steal this already?
of stashed behind.
I feel so behind. What a clever thought. Is this thing like a remote detonator?
Yes, it appears to be broadcasting and able to receive transmission.
Well, let's go ahead and set that off.
Okay, you're gonna set it off?
Well, yeah, because that should blow the power, right?
Yes. You blow the power. Back at the ballroom, you notice it gets a little dimmer in the main ballroom. Or have you all returned back to the kitchen, or just Martinique?
I mean, I think we would have probably gone back. Babs went back to get some whiskey, and Sula's probably.
Yeah, I think kitchen has us a little bit more out of sight.
It's also a little bit more reliant on artificial light. The lights go out in the kitchen. The stoves are still going and everything because everything is cooking off of gas, but it gets very dark. The only light that's coming in is coming in through sort of the serving windows at the cook's line, and then the portholes, like the small circular windows in the kitchen doors that the servers would move through.
Oh, guess we ought to be lighting some candles. Hope that isn't the overall infiltration issue again.
Babs,
Well, I suppose we'll find out.
you are a remarkable pilot and are very familiar with being in the sky. You immediately feel the ground start to go a little kittywampus.
Is there a bit of a shift?
Bit of a shift, and you can see the clouds are moving upward through the window.
Oh, oops.
Panicked Babs noises. Either we need to get to plane or we need to get this power back on right now. We're going down.
Yeah. We're what?
Okay.
How do we fix this?
You
Okay,
can't.
if I was flying this entire city, where would I control this from?
Would I be able to intuit this from either a science or a technology role?
Sure. Yeah, you could make either one of those two. Technology would probably serve you a little better.
I think it's that feeling of like sort of I've lost a lot of weight for some reason in the last 4 seconds, and that's probably not a good sign.
Would intellect? I would like to do intellect and technology.
Sure.
If that's all right.
That is perfect.
Okay. Let's see if we. All right. 1, 2. Does 3 successes do it?
The best you can reason with 3 successes is there's probably 2 places that are most likely for there to be control, either in the subterranean sort of underground tunnels where it's near the engines, There's probably some sort of helm control there or some sort of ability to manually restart the engines. But you also noticed kind of a building that stood several stories higher than the rest, which if you were going to design a thing that flew through the sky at this size, you would want a very good vantage point for the pilot. So it would stand to reason that's probably where the...
And how long would it probably take us to get there?
Either one of those destinations probably be 5 minutes on foot if you're really hauling ass.
And does it feel like we have 5 minutes? I get the impression we don't.
You seem to be at this point dropping relatively slowly.
Okay.
And you can probably, I'll give it to you, you can probably suss out that a certain amount of the lighter than air elements of the city are probably providing you a certain amount of drag, a certain amount of hover.
Right, and
but
potentially there's still some force left in the turbines, so there's a little bit of it still.
Right, so you're not just
going
like
on.
suddenly falling at like escape
that's
velocity
good.
or at terminal velocity. No, you're not. It's more of a. You're more of like a slowly. Yeah.
All right, Babs. What do you think? We can go subterranean, try to restart the engines, or we could go to the control tower that I'm
I think it's the
pretty
engines,
sure I saw.
honestly. I really
All
want to
right.
fly this thing, but I think we should start the engines. I'm sure there's some way to power them down there. Or
I think I saw an
backups, or
entrance.
I can
Follow
angrily
me.
blow into a turbine fan. Let's see.
Counting on you. And it's just going to take off.
Excellent, Martinique.
Yeah.
Are you going to partake in this adventure now that you realize that the platform appears to be coming down?
Yes, I think one of Martinique's one of the ways he handles falling from like massive heights is being like very close to Babs. So yeah, if Babs
Understandable.
if Babs going that way, Martinique's going that way.
I'm
Kids is
kind
good.
I'm kind of picturing this being like Sula leading off a very confused Babs, just like grabbing her hand and running, Babs reaching back and grabbing Martinique's hand, and we're just running in a chaos chain in Sula's direction. So good. This does mean that we're not leaving the bundle here, so that's probably good news.
Excellent. And you are commanding the cooks to keep cooking?
Yeah.
Before you leave?
Yeah, you all got this. Make some like light dishes. Light dishes. You're good.
Are we going to fall?
No.
This is some Titanic shit right here. Keep cooking.
Get the
The
man
first
playing.
class passengers need their dinner.
As soon as you hit the streets, you can see sort of the folk that are just sort of commuting around, kind of looking around a little bit. The first stages of panic are starting to kick in, but nobody is providing any sort of impediment for you to get down into the tunnels below. So I'll get back to you in a moment.
Sounds good.
Fabian, you feel the ground shift as the power goes out.
Oh, well, that complicates things. We've dealt with worse. To the skull. I
Excellent.
pitter patter.
You start running your way to the skull. It's now pitch dark down that hallway. So do you have any way of overcoming that?
I mean, I have a flashlight. I'm a
Oh,
thief.
so you're kicking on your flashlight.
Yeah. I turn on my flashlight.
As soon as you turn on your flashlight, all of the various artifacts down this hallway are sort of shimmying and shaking in their place a little bit. You're assuming that's due to the velocity. But
The city's listing, right? What's happening?
but the skull doesn't seem to be terribly disturbed by the motion.
Okay. So I would like to I'll set the flashlight in its holster so I can kind of see what's going on, and I will extend the polecat, the collapsible polearm grapple whip, and I'll wind it up, and I'm going to attempt to since I don't want to get too close to that. I'm still not really sure what's going to happen with that podium. I'm going to try to snatch the glass cover off of it using the polecat.
Okay. How long is the polecat?
It is a reach weapon. So however long a reach
Okay,
weapon
so
is.
basically,
It's like a range band.
yeah. All right. You pop it open, or you lift it up, I guess I should say. As you lift it up, it occurs to you that is it has a bottom as well, so the whole thing kind of comes up as one unit.
So the whole thing comes off?
Yeah, the whole glass box.
Oh, okay. And the skull is still in it? Is it still suspended?
Skull is still in it. It wasn't ever so much suspended as it's kind of like sitting on like a small like platform, effectively.
Well, this thing it does have the pushing tag. So I'm going to, while I have it grappled, kind of pivot and whip it against a podium. I'm going to try to shatter the glass.
Okay. And you're gonna break it against the podium?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me a close combat roll if you don't mind.
Sure. I can do that. It is dark in here as well, right?
It is dark.
Okay. So I guess I'll be using dexterity, and you said close combat, right?
Correct. And you're gonna have a complication of 2 because of the darkness.
Sure. So it's a lot of 10s, yo. So that's difficulty's 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Target number is 8.
Right.
Difficulty is
So
1, but you have complication of 2.
I have 10 successes and 4 10s to reroll.
Excellent.
And I got 0 successes on those 4 10s, which is amazing.
That is profound.
But we got 8 with the complication.
Yes.
To try to, and my plan is to basically smash it and use my deft and daring gift to kind of snatch the skull out of the air and get it to me and get it in hand.
All right. You do so. And due to your amazing amount of successes, you're able to do so with relatively minimal contact to the gas that was inside of it.
Oh, well, that's good.
However, that gas is deadly. Regardless of how many successes you get, you automatically take an injury condition due to exposure. And you notice furthermore that it's caustic and seems to be eating your costume.
Well, that's going to complicate things. So, as I will war dance out of my armor, as one does, much like a ferret would. I spring up into the air and eject various pieces of clothing from my body while juggling the skull in my offhand and like on a foot and off my head, so I don't drop it. And by the time I land, it's just me in all my ferrety glory, and my polecat and my cat pole, and
Excellent.
we run.
As you land, because of your great amount of successes on that last roll, I'm going to go ahead and give you this without much of a check. You note a humanoid shape move through the gas toward you.
Oh no.
Almost like an outline of an invisible humanoid.
Moving through the gas?
Through the gas toward you. Yes.
Well, you are terrifying. Person moving through the caustic gas that's trying to kill me. So I would like to run away from them. And I think this is a great chance to mention the fact that I am swift, and this is probably going to be a foot chase. So I'm going to run as fast as I can, holding onto the skull.
Exit stage left, pursued by ghost.
Yeah, I have no idea what's back there, but I don't care because it's moving through the caustic gas that just burned off my war dancer armor. So
all right, so you take off running down the hallway. As you run out into the main area of the museum, like that main sort of central hub that all the spokes come off of, there is daylight coming in from inside. You notice the strangest thing as you run out into that light, and that is there seem to be wisps of this caustic gas that seem to have stuck to whatever it is that's chasing you. So it's sort of exuding this stuff. And as you're running at a greater speed scale than the pursuer is capable of, what you see is as soon as you get a certain distance away, it's as if they pop through space and appear closer to you.
I look at the skull and I say, "Damn you! Damn you!" All right, fine. Let's see if this specter can do 90. So I am now going to, once I get to the open area, what is the most vertical position? Is it that tower thing? There's a tower thing, right?
If you're going up, there's a tower. If you're going down, you notice there's an open manhole cover not far from where you're at.
What's blipping through? It's blipping through space. It's blipping. So, okay. So the manhole cover actually sounds like a good idea because then I can take advantage of my free running. So I will 90-degree run down the manhole cover and bounce in and around the tunnel trying to avoid this thing. I'm trying to lose it if I can, even though I know in my heart of hearts it's following the skull. I don't know what to do yet.
Excellent.
So I'm going to try to find there's only one person who can help me. I have to find the doctor.
Well, as you run down the ladder, Babs, Sula, Martinique, you are in the underground tunnel at one of the sort of junctions that leads to the turbines. And you can see that there has been an explosion large enough to completely destroy the fuse box effectively that leads to these turbines. And just as you're like looking at it and you're like, it's just gone. The power junctions are gone. And as soon as you register that, you hear sort of like a slapping noise behind you.
Just slowly turn, dread in my heart, fully aware of what I am about to see.
And you just see Domino Mask, Skull, and this strange gaseous sort of figure appear behind.
I am striking.
I'm not sure which thing concerns me more.
So as I run toward them, I'm not going to. So are they stopped at a place? Is there are we reaching like the end of the road here?
Well, yeah, there's tunnel past them, but you see that they are definitely stopped at a what looks like the remnants of another power box. It looks like it exploded along with the one that you set off.
Doctor, this ghost chasing me. I have the skull help, and I will vault them all as I continue running past.
All right.
So they get. I do the full like air skip over their heads. I don't stop moving, and all they're gonna see is Ferret Cheeks running away from them.
As the apparition that you can now clearly see the outline of because it's covered in this caustic and somewhat adhesive gas.
Poison gas.
I would like all of you to roll stamina.
Yells in the background. Poison gas.
I would like all of you to roll stamina and composure, I believe it is.
Now we're all going to be naked.
I'm great. Two of my really good. Really great at these things.
Is it stamina and composure?
Oh. 2 successes.
We're looking for 8s, right?
Yep.
There's momentum, by the way, in case y'all need
It's
it.
better. You may spend
I
momentum on this.
got 3. That's right.
Excellent. And Martinique.
Pretty smug about that.
2.
Okay. Would Martinique or Sula like to use any of the 4 momentum that are in the pool to re-roll any failed dice?
Do we know what we're aiming for success-wise?
Sure. This is a rating 3 deadly aggravated environmental.
I'd love to reroll one with the moment. I only have. I'm gonna just have to hope because I only have 3 dice I can roll on this, and I succeeded in 2 out of 3. So we're just gonna roll 1 and hope for the best.
I will also reroll 1 because you
Excellent.
said 2 words that I was not happy
I
with.
didn't like any of those words. Come on, dice.
Difficulty 3. I hate those
8.
words too.
Excellent.
Nice.
So at 3 successes, you've overcome the worst of it. It doesn't stick to you, but because it is deadly, just the simple exposure to it deals a injury condition to each of you. As it like your skin starts to like pop, and as like boils sort of appear where it touched you.
Oh, gross.
Oh, my skin.
So
That is awful. Ugh.
Marnik's having a rough couple hours.
Injured.
He's kind of close to getting taken out already.
There we go.
So what,
Alright.
pray tell, would you all like to do now?
So we're next to a blown up fuse box. You said it's basically gone, so there's just a bunch of exposed wires sitting in the wall here.
Absolutely, yep.
Is there any kind of electronic equipment or anything in this region at all?
There's basically an emergency toolbox on the wall not far from where the fuse
Let's
box
go
is.
take a look at that and see what other metal items we can find.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a technology roll, please, if you don't mind there, Babs.
Sure.
Is there any way I can assist?
Sure, absolutely. You could also make a technology or science roll. Any piloting gifts that you would like to try to throw in on this?
Well, I'm wondering if Miss Fix-It applies to this. I'm going to have to check
Oh,
the...
absolutely. Absolutely.
it will.
It's to enhancement.
Oh, nice.
Okay, awesome. Just wanted to make sure that's what it was.
And I'm going to do a science intellect roll to help out.
Sure.
Oh my goodness, I rolled 2 10s on this.
Ooh, there's a 10.
I have 4 successes plus 2 enhancement.
4 successes.
That's a good roll.
Excellent.
Great.
So that's an additional 4 enhancement, and you can choose to either add that 4 enhancement or part of that 4 enhancement to your roll. And any that you choose not to add to that, you can drop into your existing bond, so that you can pull from those later if you need to.
Why don't we add 2 of them?
All right.
And then throw some more into the bond because this is super helpful.
So that's 2 more to your
I think,
bond, and that gives you a total of 6 successes.
I think so.
That should, yeah, because I had 4, you had 4. So yeah, it's
I had
with
4
2.
with so 6 successes, and then I also had the 2 enhancement after the 4. I didn't include those.
Excellent. So you realize the good news is, the bad news is there's not enough spare wiring here to reconnect it. The good news is you can probably take the large wrench that's in the kit and use that to bridge the gap between the wires.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Babs is going to start using the wrench if she can, but also is there piping, anything metal that could be crammed into here with deep risk of electrocution?
I was going to say the biggest concern there is how are you
fully
going
the
to do
plan.
this without electrocuting yourself?
This is a very good question. I think the answer is that Babs is weirdly lucky, and will probably see if there's anything rubber as a part of this circumstance. Otherwise, maybe she'll be attaching this with her foot.
For the low cost of 1 inspiration, I will say that there is, in fact, a set of hip waders not too far from you that are used for sewer maintenance.
That
Yummy.
does sound fun.
You
But
can
then
kinda
do I
do it
get to kick things into place? I don't think so. And
Well-
that does sort of hip waders seem more reasonable, and we'll put it up with feet still. That sounds good. Just gonna put them on.
You throw on the hip waders and like I'm just picturing like that scene in Blade at the end of Blade where he's like some motherfucker's always got to ice skate uphill. You like throw the wrench into the air and like spin kick it.
Like slam it in. Exactly. That's fully the plan.
Sure. With your number of successes you got previously, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You spend the inspiration to have the hip waders there, and you kick the wrench into place. As it hits, the amount of electricity passing through it is such that it fuses it to the wall. And that turbine kicks on. I need all of you to go ahead and give me an athletics, and whatever you would like to rely on to keep your footing.
Yeah. God damn it, Travis. God damn it.
Let's see. Dexterity? Is dexterity?
Sure.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
You too, Fabian. This tunnel is a
Oh my
a tipping.
goodness. Okay, I rolled pretty well. I mean, I had a pretty good number of dice. I do not have any successes on them. Wait, actually, no, I have a 1-2. Hang on.
Excellent. The good news here is that gives you 2 momentum. So now you're
I was
at 4.
looking for 8s, right? I can't
Yeah,
get away
yes.
with a 7
That
for
is
some
correct.
reason. I had one of those. No,
That is
damn it.
correct.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh no, I gotta go to space.
I got
2
one.
successes.
Excellent. 3 successes, 2 successes, 1 success. All right, Fabian, you slip into the sewer. Like you slip down and like step down into it, but are able to spring back up onto the other side. Martinique and Sula, you keep your footing and are not thrown prone as a result of this. However, you see Babs kicks the thing, the engine kicks up, the entire platform tips. Babs flies backwards, partially thrown further by like the sparks and the force of this massive amount of electricity going through, and falls completely into the sewer. Like she disappears for a second.
No. And she's in her good suit too. She's gonna be so sad.
Yeah, someone's gonna like lean over and be like, I hope you're not going to the party like that, but like offer you a
Well,
hand.
you go to like lean over and you don't see her.
Oh, I hope you're not going to. Oh, she's gone.
She
that's
pops
not
up
good.
upright about 20 feet down the sewer. Like I'm like Zoe in Death Proof. I'm okay. But as soon as you step up, Babs, I would like you to, if you would like to resist the presence that you just stood up into, you can make a stamina and composure
This
roll.
sounds like a good plan. Yeah, let's try that. Please be nicer, dice. Okay, I literally rolled 5 8s on 6 dice. What, how were they so mean to me last time?
Excellent. With that
And then
many,
they're like, here you go, buddy. This is what you're looking for last time.
with that many successes, so you stand up, the sewage sort of running off of you, just caked head to toe, and you see the little wisps of the gas hovering around you, but not contacting you, and you feel that presence again trying to enter into your mind, but this time
Oh no.
you're able to keep it at bay. Not only are you able to keep it at bay, but with 5 successes, you're actually able to sort of connect with it.
Spooky sewer ghost. The sewer ghost. I am connecting. I am connecting with the sewer. I'm sensing a presence. She's like standing up, like as intense as she possibly can in a flowing sewer, trying to like telepathically connect with a sewer ghost.
It says,
What is it that you want, sewer presence?
I need my damn skull, and if you don't stop running, I'm gonna wind up. And then the presence is gone. and you see the smoke appear 20 feet down the hall.
You need your skull, and if you don't stop running, you're gonna. It's gone. The presence has vacated my mental sphere. I have no
Babs.
idea what's happening.
Let's get you out of the sewer, huh?
I am covered in goo.
How about you get you out of the sewer? But I'll watch to make sure you don't fall again.
I appreciate the supervision.
As you're watching Babs climb out of the sewer, Babs, with each step, it gets a little harder to climb out of the sewer.
I have a very important and very silly question for you, but I'll wait until I'm out.
Sure. You notice it's getting a little bit harder because the platform is still tipping.
Oh no.
Well, we're still falling, by the way. There's probably more of these boxes to fix.
Martinique, you supervise Babs getting out of the sewer. I'm going to go check out one of the other turbines. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you know what? I think Fabian's just on his own right now.
It's gonna yell down the sewer. Good luck, ghost or not.
Fabian, the ghost wants the skull.
I know.
I cried.
There's just too much going on at once.
Okay. So do I eventually succeed
You
in not being in the
eventually
poop chute?
do get a poop chute, yes.
Okay, brilliant. My important question is, because Babs is but a simple doofus and got changed in a phone box and has been carrying her other set of clothes this entire time, did she drop them before she fell into
Absolutely,
the sewer?
yes. They're sitting next
Let's
to the...
just like get changed.
Yeah.
We're plummeting, but like it's worth it not to be stinky.
Sometimes you just gotta make a director's choice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a new suit.
Excellent. While Babs is changing and Martinique is, I assume, just standing in front of her trying to be as wide as possible for a moment. Back turned, protecting Babs's modesty. Sula, you are running
Modesty.
for the... Well, we wouldn't want anything embarrassing to happen.
Like falling in a sewer.
That's very considerate.
So, Sula, are you trying to make your way through the sewer tunnels towards the next turbine, or are you going up top to try to...
I mean, do I feel like it would save me not a little bit of amount of time? Do I feel like it would save me a significant amount of time to go through the sewer?
No.
Then no. I'm going up and around.
Yeah. If you're remembering the layout of this place properly, the sewer runs north to south, and you're on the east end of this building, and you need to be on the west end if you want to try to offset what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, when Sula said, like, all right, Fabian's on his own, she runs to the next.
Excellent. You come popping up out of the manhole cover, and as soon as you get clear, you can see there are now constables trying to calm people down. There are EMS type professionals that are treating the people that are wounded or falling over, things like that. And you can see some repair crews kind of running around. But off in the distance, you see what vaguely appears like a flock of birds flying toward this city.
I'm guessing that doesn't seem right to me.
No, and it seems pretty big for a flock of birds. And seems to be flying in a bizarrely tactical formation for a flock of birds.
Okay. What constitutes as a medium range?
They're right now. They're at extreme range. They're very far away.
That's fine. More I'm thinking either my group or the doctor. Dr. Torpel.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to try to reach out like telepathically? Is that what you're...
Yes. Yeah,
you're absolutely in range to reach out to any of those parties.
Okay, great. to speak directly into the mind of another person, conveying words without speaking, is taking an empathy action using the target's resolve as difficulty at up to medium range, is what this is.
Okay.
So, I think for me, the action, do I still pair it with an attribute?
No, it is.
Okay, it's just empathy.
It's an empathy action. Yes, so yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought it was. I got confused. I was thinking you were rolling resolve.
No worries.
No, yeah. So you would pair it with an attribute.
Okay. I think I'll do intellect. I'm 6 one way, half a dozen the other on intellect versus cunning in this particular instance. But if you have a suggestion, I'll go with one.
No, that's fine. Either one's fine by me. Who would you like to target?
We're gonna start with Propel.
Okay.
He probably has the manpower to actually do something about it.
He does, but it's going to be a very difficult roll because you're going to be going against. Well, it's going to be difficulty 3.
Okay. I think I could. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but I think I have a chance. So let's give it a shot and see. Okay, we have 1, 2. I have 2. Does anyone object to me using a momentum to try? Okay,
there's 4 in the pool. I say burn them.
How about 2?
Sure.
All right.
All right, let's give it a shot. Yes. Okay. Whew, with an 8, so really in there under the wire, but that's 3.
Excellent. What would you like to convey to him?
It just tries to make it really concise. So she just looks and she's like, okay. Dr. Torpo, this is Dr. Farron. There's an incoming flock of, I do not believe those are birds. In fact, I think they may be people.
All right. Strange to have you in my head, but thanks for the tip. I will try to scramble some fighters.
Good luck. And is going to, I understand if this would be, if you'd like to say this is maybe an increased difficulty because I'm trying to do a couple of things, but she's going to continue running toward where she was heading, but she's going to try to use it again to speak to her group.
Sure.
Probably Babs.
All right. Yeah. I mean, and since you have a bond, unless Babs is specifically resisting it, I would just allow it to happen.
Perfect. Put these dice down. You're just gonna hear in your head, Babs. Babs, sorry to. Yes, sorry.
I am making ethereal contact.
No. It's just me.
Presence.
It's just me. It's Sula. It's just me.
Hi.
Hi. Yes.
This is strange.
I know. I'm
Are you a
sorry.
ghost?
It's no. I'm
The
alive.
whole time.
It was very invasive. I apologize. I just wanted to warn you all
fine.
that some of those flying folks are on their way here, and I'm just going to keep heading toward the. I'm going to keep heading toward the turbine. So good luck. I'll meet you there if we can.
Sounds good. I'm putting pants on.
Oh, that was so much easier. All right.
Meanwhile, Fabian, you're continuing running.
So, party didn't help, so we're going to go with plan A.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Gotta keep us alive.
I'm going to eject myself from the sewer, and we're going vertical.
All right. So you're going to go.
This ghost apparently is able to track me on foot. So I will, once I'm on the ground.
Okay. So you pop up through a manhole cover.
Yeah. I will pause for a brief moment and assume my superhero war stance, and then I will launch myself into the air.
All right. Excellent. As you pause and assume your superhero war stance, you see like 4 people just stare blankly at you.
I wink at them.
And leap upward. Are you using any sort of gifts or anything to?
Yes, I will be using taking flight. So I'm making my roll for that to see how long I can last in the air. 5 total. So 5. If I get 5 rounds of maneuvering.
Excellent.
And I move at 2 range bands per action, basically. So I vault and are aiming. I'm aiming directly for the tower. Basically, I'm aiming for like the highest point that I can see, and I'm gonna look over my shoulder and see if there's still a ghost back there.
Yes, and again, this time it still seems to be running after you, as if
Okay.
being in the air is not impeding its ability to run. But it is, once again, like you clear a certain distance of it, and then it pops behind you.
Okay, I continue my breathing. Um, I mean, I only had one job here, and it was get the skull. So I can't give him the skull. Now, from this angle, how bad is this thing listing?
It's
Like, are we like 45 degrees? Like,
yeah,
how?
it's about
That's
about yay right now.
Okay. Okay, I continue heading toward the tower. Does it look like there's any openings up there? Are there any balconies or
Several, yes.
Okay, I'm going to aim for a balcony. Because it's awfully breezy up here and all my bits are exposed. So,
Excellent. You land on a balcony, and as you do, you greet face to toe a impeccably manicured set of toenails in open toe heeled shoes.
have I seen these feet before?
You have.
Oh my goodness. So I stand and I very modestly place the skull right in front. I just kind of hold it like a football. And
see, you shouldn't have mentioned football. All right.
I kind of just hold it there, but if it's facing me, I cover its eyes.
Very good. Aura is standing there. She's holding a machine gun.
It's a lovely machine gun you have there. Does it work on ghosts?
Thank you. I'm fond of your skull as well. She raises an eyebrow. But you've arrived at a bad time. And behind her, you can see that there are like 4 folks that are dressed in again, kind of like the same sort of like porter costumes, who are dispersed throughout the top floor of the tower, and all of the staff that seem to have been flying the plane are now disposed of.
Oh my. Well, seems you've got me by the skull. It's quite the entourage you have here. What? Why?
The at that point, the gaseous entity appears basically right next to the two of you.
Oh, did I mention there's a poisonous ghost?
She leaps back to avoid contact with it, and it reaches for the skull.
So I would love to follow her into the room, past her, toward her friends. And while I'm moving through, I would like to make a close combat attack on one of her friends. I would like to attempt to relieve him of his pants.
Okay, but are you also... So you're going to try to attack him, remove his pants,
I have a skull in one hand.
retain control over the skull.
So I cradle the skull in one hand. Now I, Leco Rodriguez, I'm not capable of this, but I am not the ferret.
You know, ferret legging is a whole thing. Deeply
So
weird. and
much
cursed and
in
awful. Don't
much
do
again,
this.
I do not require my war dance armor to war dance. I will spring into the air, distracting them with both my agility and hearts. And when they are not looking, I will relieve one of them of their pants using my deft and daring gift.
That's beautiful. I love it all. You're going to need to... So what does Deft and Daring provide you?
So deft and daring. So to read it, I'm going to read it verbatim.
Sure, please do.
Because it's so good. All right. Deft and daring. Movements are almost too fast to see with the unaided eye. They make quick flick here and a switch there, and suddenly the tables have turned. You gain access to the following stunt on close combat actions. You pull something off your opponent's body with the tip of your weapon or your hand if unarmed, and suddenly it is in your hand.
Okay. Great. So this is going to ultimately be close combat.
Yes.
You're going to need to, I'm going to give you a +2 complication. That
Sure.
if you do not resolve, you will rip the pants.
Okay, that's fair.
But
we're going for the magic non-wedgie.
But you're also going to need to overcome not only the defense of the person you're attacking,
Mm-hmm.
but you're also going to need to overcome the close combat attempt of the ghost to wrestle the skull free from your hand.
Oh, okay. Well, so the question is, here's the real question. Does the guy with the pants see me coming, or is this considered an ambush? Because it matters.
You know, the guy with the pants is otherwise occupied at the moment because he is trying to make sure that nobody gets up and tries to right the ship, as it were.
Sure. Okay. That's helpful. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm ambushing the pants.
Well, okay.
So this will be this will be a manipulation close combat roll for me. Because I am not just ambushing his pants, I'm going to shadow ambush his pants.
Excellent.
All right. I may require momentum. Just brace for that. Just putting that out there. We're pretty good at this, but all right. All right. So how many complications do I have?
It's just a complication of 2, and then you need to overcome the close combat roll. But fortunately for you, the ghost botched his close combat roll, so we'll be getting into what that causes here in a moment.
So could I get 2 momentum? Is that okay with everybody?
All right, that will reduce the pool to 0 momentum.
I will do my best. I got a success out of it. Okay, so I got a total of 5.
Excellent.
All right.
That is sufficient to depants.
Well, so hold on. Shadow ambush. The way shadow ambush works, I get feats. So I can either deal injury conditions or I can spend 1 success for subdue, and for every success spent, I can take out 2 minor characters.
Excellent.
How many of these chumps are in this room?
4.
So I will spend 2. As I pants the 1, I'm going to use the pants to take out the other 3. This was fucking glorious.
Excellent. So you deftly pull the skull out of the grip of the ghost. As you whip the pants off the first one, you pull the pants off at such a velocity that he falls forward and hits his face on the on one of the controls of the ship, which, fortunately for you, does not cause it to go further kitty wampus than it was. You whip the pants around, and like a whip, effectively knocking the other 3 into one another with the pants. As you bring them back around in one fluid motion and step into them, more hop into them, both legs at once. Pants are
as
up.
a word dancer does. Yes. What happened to the ghost now?
Aura raises an eyebrow at you as you see the skin start to melt off the one that you pantsed. And despite the fact that his skin is melting off, his hand goes up onto the console. And his other hand goes up onto the console. And he pulls himself up and says, "Give me my skull."
I point at Aura and I say, gun. Zombie.
She unloads the gun into the freshly possessed henchman.
Good. While she's doing that, I'm going to leave. I run out and jump out the other balcony.
Are you taking any sort of precaution to allow you to pass through the air, or are you just relying on athletics to catch yourself?
I mean, this is really high up. I should probably take flight. So even if it's to slow my descent, I'm not looking to Jeff myself into the so we're gonna go ahead and make that roll. Give me just a second. This roll should be okay. As long as I don't screw it up, we're good. I can fall 3 successes. I can take that time to get to the ground.
Excellent. As you're making your way towards the ground, you can absolutely see now a squadron of ornithopter hoplites making their way to the edge of the city.
Oh shit.
And behind them, the clouds start to part.
Do I see any of my friends?
You see Sula like lifting a manhole cover about 9 blocks away.
Okay, she probably knows where she's going. Where's the pilot?
You do not see Babs. And well, Babs, after you got dressed, were you coming out of the sewer?
Yeah, probably going towards the balancing direction.
Excellent. So you see Babs like pop out of the manhole cover that you went down in the first place. And as you look towards Babs, you see the clouds parting behind the ornithopter hoplites as you see a massive corner of what appears to be another flying city make its way clear of the clouds.
I'll run toward Babs, and as I'm running, I will yell, "Yo, we gotta go!" There's like a war happening. You changed your clothes. This is a good look for you.
This is the clothes I was wearing first. I just got changed back into them. I fell in a sewer. You said there's a war?
There's a war, and hopefully ore is melting up there.
It starts to get like dark where you're at as the Erie, the flying city of Dr. Von Zorbo, flies overhead. It dwarfs the city you're at. Imagine like as a Star Destroyer pulls up on the Millennium Falcon. That's kind of what you're witnessing right now.
Yeah, these people are gonna die. Where's the bundle?
I think Barney has it. I hope it didn't fall in the sewer.
All right. Look.
Actually, Marty, are you like right with me? Or
I'd be with you, but
yeah.
I know nothing about this bundle.
We definitely brought it with us. So if I don't have it,
Neither of you have it. Sula has it.
Sula, you drop down into the sewer next to the other blown out fuse box and set down the ferret's bundle as you go to open the.
Well,
okay, it's okay.
The good doctor must have it then.
That's okay. We just need the plane.
So we're under attack.
We just need the plane. Are you going to fight them? Are you going to fight? It's an army. An evil, bad army of evil, bad people.
Well, I don't really want to leave all these people to die. Can't fit that many into the plane.
No, we can't.
Let's try to write this thing first, maybe.
Mama didn't raise no hero. My aspirations have changed.
I'm with you. Start to hear gunfire ring out. Some of it from the tower behind you, some of it from the hoplites, and some of it from you see a dozen biplanes scramble that appear to have left off from the runway here at the city, and they're engaging the hoplites in dogfights, basically.
Babs, maybe we should get you a nice train license. No, stay on the ground for a bit.
Nah, I don't think so. Got
I
some
figured
more
not.
guns on the magpie.
Okay, yeah,
You know, though, there are some guns on there.
let's do this.
All right. This is real stupid. You'll celebrate this city. I'm gonna go see how many of these things I can shoot down.
Okay, so you're going to make your way to the plane and try to shoot them down, or you're going to try to use
Absolutely.
your pistol to shoot down some of the hoplites?
She's gonna draw her pistol, but book it towards her plane, which
All right.
has guns.
If you want to try to take some pot shots at some of the hoplites, I would allow you to do so.
Sure.
The complications that you would suffer from firing while running on a platform that is tilting would be offset by the distractions that they're suffering, because not only are you shooting at them, but there are also vehicular weapons firing at them from the plane.
Yes.
So we'll just call it even rolls, I think. Yeah.
Okay, sure. It sounds good. I think. Hang on. I'm gonna roll a d10. I actually think Babs is not gonna try to draw attention to herself. I think she's gonna try to gun it to the airplane, hopefully not be interrupted, because she's gonna start that thing and get it going, and hopefully they won't notice until it's already moving.
If you run into the plane, I'm gonna go catch for the doctor and make sure that they get out alive.
Please write the city. I want to fly it.
Make no guarantees. I'm going to go to the
She's
manhole
gonna
cover.
put a
today.
hand on you. It probably smells a little bit. Guarantee it.
Fine. I'm a skilled liar.
Wait, whose pants are those?
I think his name was Jeff.
All right, excellent. So Martinique and Babs take off running toward the runway. Fabian takes off
Wait,
running.
are you joining me in the plane?
Yeah, we're gonna go party in the sky. Let's go.
And Sula, you are in the sewer with all of the same gear effectively at your disposal on this side. You do, however, see that there are a pair of what appears to be the technicians that work here that have both been dispatched right underneath that fuse box. So somebody must have tried to stop them, must have succeeded at stopping them from fixing it.
Were they dead?
They appear to be only unconscious.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Sula's going to be like, wow, so hard to find good help these days. And it's just going to go straight for the fuse box to try and complete whatever they had started.
Excellent. In this case, they brought along some spare wire, so you're in fairly good shape.
She's like, yes, I'm kidding. You're great. You're good. And like pats one of their unconscious bodies slightly.
But
Thank you.
right as you are grabbing the wire and getting ready to put it in place, you hear a voice behind you.
Oh.
Step away from the fuse box, Fraulein.
The first thing she does, her hand goes to her thigh where her holster is, and she turns around and she goes, and who do I have the pleasure to speak to?
You recognize it's the German gentleman from the train. He's wearing one of the flight packs of the hoplites.
So you did find your way here after all. That's a shame for you.
If only you had let me dissuade you from coming here, I wouldn't be tasked with the heartbreaking responsibility of filling you full of lead if you touch that.
Interesting. Look, buddy, I just wanted to go to a party. It never happens. Always ends up with someone like you pointing a gun. And with that, I would like to use Fist of the Mind on him.
Excellent.
Love the name of this.
Please tell us how Fist of the Mind works.
All right, so, my goodness, am I on the wrong? I am on. There we go. All right, so sorry for the loud, clacky mechanical keyboard.
You're fine.
All right, so you focus, or in this case, Sula would focus the power of her mind to use it as an attack. And in this system operation here is basically when I would be using close combat attack, instead I can attack with telekinetic force. So I can substitute either enigmas or integrity for close combat.
Excellent.
And with that, I increase the cost of the inflict injury stunt by 1, but decrease the cost of knockback and knockdown by 1.
Beautiful.
And if I manage to deal damage, it's ray damage. So, very exciting. Let's see. And again, it would be a close combat attack. Would I still be pairing that with an attribute as per normal?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And in this case, like intellect or cunning would be absolutely.
I will go with cunning. That sounds good. Let's see how we do. And she's basically just going to like push her hands out and like force comes from there. Hopefully, or nothing happens. We'll see. Oh, not nothing. That's a 10. Hold on. Four successes.
Beautiful. That is significant. So, would you like to inflict an injury, or would you like to knock him back into the sewage?
I'd like to knock him back.
Excellent. You push him back with your mind, and before he can react to turn on his jet, he falls into the sewage. This gives you enough time to basically get another action in before he acts. You can use that action to either connect the power or to make another attack or to run. What would you like to do? Or if you have another idea, you can do that as well.
Nope, I'm going to connect the power. And then if I have time after that, I'm going to prepare for him to come back out. Like, I know I'm not going to be able to do anything, but she's probably going to reconnect the power and then turn back around with her hand on her holster.
You get the power connected and it immediately kicks on that turbine. As it does, this causes the ground to be shifting. So it's going to give a complication of 2 to both of you as you take your next action because the ground is shifting under your feet. So he is going to try to shoot you.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're going to try the same, but what would you like to use? You may choose a resilience attribute and roll it to determine your defense.
Okay, let's see here.
You do have the option of taking a fully defensive action if you don't want to try to shoot and roll double that attribute. But that would just mean you're diving out of the way, basically.
I think I'll do that to start, and we'll probably try shooting for my next action.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's definitely going to try to just avoid the shot. I just double one of my resilience traits then.
Yep.
Okay, cool. 2 successes.
Excellent. You dive forward, and because of the sort of way that the plane is righting itself, the way the city is righting itself, you dive all the way across the sewer to the other platform. And he sort of just riddles the area where you were standing with bullets. Doesn't hit the fuse box, fortunately, but doesn't hit you either.
Good.
Now we will leave that and go to the runway. Babs and Martinique, as you arrive at the plane, you see there are 2 hoplites between you and the plane, basically, just now landing. What would you like to do?
Wow.
How long does it take you to start this thing again?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay, I see.
Maybe we can't take the plane. They do have 2 backpacks, though.
There's 2 of us and 2 of those backpacks.
Are they looking in our direction?
Oh yeah, no, they clearly they land 3-point land between you and the plane, staring at you,
Like they're trying to stop us from getting to the plane?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then Babs is gonna calmly walk towards them with her hands up and go, "Hey, I'm just a guest here. I don't know anything what's going on. Can I help you? I like your wing things."
Remove your weapon and kick it over here.
Sure. Yeah, will do. She will totally do that.
Excellent.
That's fine. It's gonna keep slowly approaching though, because she's like confused and looking at stuff. Don't worry about it. She's probably not the most convincing, but she's attempting to be.
Sure. So you're gonna try to sneak up close enough to attack them, basically.
Yeah,
right?
basically, just like she's totally complying. She's kicked the gun generally towards them.
Go ahead and give me a larceny, and then whatever you would like to rely on. I really hope you get like a Han Solo roll on this thing.
That is
Everything's
very much
okay
my hopes
here.
too. Cunning is
Situation
probably the
normal.
one for it.
All right, go for it.
So let's go for that. Ooh, I have 2.
Excellent.
I don't have any larceny. This is just cunning.
They're like they seem almost perplexed and confused as you get pretty much close enough to make.
So too does Babs.
Yeah, you like walk right up to them.
Nice. Well, that sounds like that's right where the gun is. So let's pick it up and shoot it. It's hard to miss in point blank. Just do it. I can't believe that worked. Bam.
I'm going to give you a complication of 1 for picking the gun up,
Understandable.
and
yes.
1 for like getting it up in time before they can react. So
Yeah, of course.
but that will be aim.
This is just a completely nonsense plan. It was fun to do.
It'll be aim, and what would you like
All
to
right.
lean on?
So I do actually have shoot to injure, which I would like to use. I don't really want to kill these dudes.
All right,
I mean,
excellent.
kind of do, but like I don't want to immediately kill these dudes. Then let's do dex and aim.
Yep.
Do. Looking for 8s, right?
Yep.
3.
So literally, as you are reaching down, the ground shifts. The gun slides into your hand, and they're off their kilter just enough that you can get the one that was right in front of you.
Go for it. I guess we'll go for a hand shot or something to drop the gun.
Excellent. You shoot him. The gun goes out of his hand. His buddy turns and gets ready to open fire. And I'll get right back to you.
Sure, sounds good.
Fabian, you were heading towards Sula, correct?
I was racing toward the doctor's manhole cover in an attempt to hopefully get everybody off this damn rock.
As you dive for the manhole cover, you hear a voice come from sort of the general direction of the of this flock that's coming toward you, and you just hear, "Show no mercy, dive!" As like 4 of the hoplites come down toward you.
Oh hell no. Well, good luck flying in the sewer. I'm going to if they're coming right for me.
They're coming right for you. Yeah, they're diving.
That's what
right
I'm
at
hearing.
you.
Whew. Okay. Well, all I got is running.
Well, I would like you to choose your defensive action.
Sure, it's going to be running.
All right. No, but choose whatever resilience attribute you'd like to rely on.
Oh, sure. It will be stamina.
So go ahead and roll that. And then you can add that to your defense.
So I do have tough cookie, which gives me +1.
Like soft armor? Okay. Excellent.
Okay. Hold on. Me. Show no mercy, they said. If I'm being purely defensive, I have a better idea. So they come rushing at me, right? As opposed to I'll run for a moment and I'll pause and I'll stop and I'll say, actually, I really would prefer if you showed mercy and left me alone. And I would like to use Saturnalian statement to counter the order that they were just given and make them do the opposite.
Okay. And that
I'll spend an inspiration.
okay.
And I believe so. Hold on, let me look it over. Intention and desire, blah blah blah. Spend an inspiration, make a persuasion action against the target's composure in response to a target taking an action.
Okay.
If successful, your character interrupts the target's action, misdirecting with a shout, as I shouted, and causing the target to do the opposite of whatever they intended.
So you'll have to overcome their successes effectively, right?
Well, overcome their composure.
Okay.
So whatever their composure is. So I'm going to make, it's going to be manipulation and persuasion.
All right.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. I think that's my plan.
Go for it.
Because I think that's probably safer than trying to avoid getting shot by 4 hoplites. So I got 3, 2 10s, 4. So I got 4.
Excellent. So that will be enough to counteract all but one of them.
Okay. Okay.
They will make their normal attack. So it's just going to, I need you to just make a straight stamina or whatever. If you'd like to go on composure or resolve, you may do so. But
It'll be stamina.
make a straight stamina roll for me.
Yeah.
As the 3 of them sort of pull up at the last second.
I got 2.
Yeah, 2?
I got 2, yeah.
And you have 1 soft armor, correct?
I have 1 soft armor, yes.
Excellent. You take a injury condition as they don't shoot you so much as they literally like dive down. So the 3 swoop up at the last moment. The 4th one comes straight at you with the bayonet on the end of his rifle, catching you right in the love handle.
Oh, I just got these pants.
And that's where we'll wrap things up for this week. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns?
Craves. And I think well done on handling us all going in 3 different directions.
That was the most delightful chaos.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Just mayhem the whole time.
I think it's fair to say we have one more session in this before this comes to its epic conclusion.
You can't stop it here. Are you kidding me?
Any questions, comments, complaints, concerns? Any last things we need to address before?
No, I don't think so.
Amazing.
I'm glad Marnique didn't get shot. That was the entire impetus for Babs' weird plan there, was to get shot instead, and then somehow she didn't.
Not yet, but there is still another hoplite there.
Oh yeah,
besides the one that
we'll
you've
see.
disarmed.
There's a plan for that, which hopefully I will
yeah.
remember for next game.
Each of you will be starting things off next session with a fight. But before we get into our goodbyes, I hope you don't mind if I keep you a few minutes over while we handle experience points.
Please
did
do,
any
please
of
do.
you, did any of you achieve any aspirations this session?
I did.
I did.
I think
Excellent.
Martinique should go first.
Martinique, what aspirations did you achieve?
I was able to punch someone out of a window, although I did not say no ticket. So that's
That's okay. I'll allow it.
I appreciate it.
So that is 1 XP for Martinique. Any other aspirations that you achieved?
That was all for me.
Excellent. What about for Sula? Did you achieve any of your aspirations?
I would say I'm right on the precipice of establishing meaningful relationships.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Excellent.
getting there, but I'm not ready to say that has been established yet. So that, maybe last session.
I mean, you were in her brain.
I wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just felt so easy.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I am willing to allow you to take that aspiration because you have built a bond and strengthened that bond. So from a system perspective, you've done what you've set
That's
out to do.
true. That's true. It
From
might
a
not
system
be like
perspective, you were making ethereal contact.
I'm sensing
I
a
did.
presence.
I did make ethereal contact with you. Yeah, no, I'm okay. Yeah, I mean, I was like, we're right there. So yeah, I'm happy to say then yes, we've established a very meaningful relationship. There's telekinesis and everything.
I just think it's funny that Babs is in no way psychic, but apparently believes herself to be a medium at this point.
Yeah.
She's just been in so many situations now where she's like, oh, this is a gift I didn't know I had.
Last 2 hours. Possessed basically 1.5 times. Made contact with a scary ghost. Good times all around.
And speaking of Babs, did you achieve any of your short-term aspirations?
Kind of, but not in a way that was sort of anticipated.
Which one was that?
So we're not yet in a fist fight on an aircraft. But one of them was to get a little bit heartbroken and to get hit with something that luck can't fix. And I honestly feel like Babs is pretty heartbroken right now with this whole situation on the city, that it's falling from the sky. She had high hopes for this thing. She's excited for like a wonderful time exploring this thing. She didn't even get a chance to look at the turbines and how they're all on fire. She's like emotionally crushed right now.
She's heartbroken about turbines.
If it's quite there, but it feels pretty close to being kind of there. Like, she's having the worst time of her life right now.
I would allow you to consider the fight with the hoplites that you are currently in on the runway of a flying city, a fight on an airplane. Like, if you're willing
I guess that counts too. Yeah, sure.
So that would be a short-term aspiration for you. And then Fabian,
Yeah.
somebody's exploding. There we go. Thank you. Fabian, did you?
Yeah,
I know you got one of them.
I stole a Flux MacGuffin, and I made a nude escape.
Excellent. So,
And I got pants back.
so that is 2 of your short terms. So that's 2 XP for you, plus an additional XP for everyone, because the entire group.
I would like to
short-term aspiration.
petition the story guide for 1 extra XP for Martinique, because I don't think we gave enough credence to the fact that he said we had a falling out, and I almost peed my.
That's true. You know what?
I've been sitting on that one this whole time.
That's at least as good as no ticket. So.
Oh my! Stone faced. We had a falling out. I ladder. Okay.
That did have some like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando. I let him go kind of.
Blew off some steam in it.
All right, fair enough. An extra XP for my.
All right.
You may all get 1 additional XP for spending at least half the available momentum. In fact, you spent it all. And did anyone achieve a long-term aspiration?
Do I have any of those?
You should.
I don't think I have any
You're
of those.
supposed to have one.
I just have the 2. I have my third one is steal the doctor's mustache.
Right.
So,
You have not yet stolen the
I
doctor's
have not.
mustache.
I'm waiting.
And you have reached a story milestone. The Erie and the Hoplites and Dr. Von Zorbo have made their presence known, and you have discovered that Aura is in fact in league in some way with Dr. Von Zorbo. That you've not yet figured out the nature of that relationship. So that would be your XP for the night. I hope you've tracked it well, and I hope you all have some ideas on what you might want to spend it on before the next
What
session.
was that total? 1, 2, 3,
Close
4, 5?
combat.
5 for you and Martinique, 4 for everybody else.
Okay.
I believe was the totals.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. So just we'll go over those of you who attained an aspiration. You'll need to come up with a new one to replace it for the next session. If you attained 2, you need to replace both. And then we will also handle our tweaks as we dive. Then we'll dive right into the action. The pulse pounding adventure that is awaiting us when we return next week. Before we sign off, I do want to just take a quick moment to remind everybody that we are currently running the Realms of Pugmire Kickstarter. That is to kickstart the 2nd edition of Pugmire. It's super exciting. I'm really thrilled. It is the debut of the Onyx 20 system, which I have a feeling you'll be seeing a little bit more of in the future. But also, it's just it's a good, fun time of playing heckin' good doggos throughout a fantasy setting. It's, if you're not familiar with Pugmire, I highly recommend you head over and check it out. It's a beautiful, brilliant setting. And I've had the pleasure of working on it in the past. I really enjoy it. I can't recommend it highly enough. I also
Secret and nim, but nice and not scary.
It can be scary. You can go straight Watership down with Pugmire if you want to. I ran an actual play. If you go to the Onyx Path YouTube, it should be up there now. That surrounded the players were tasked by Morty Corgi, the wizard, to collect some artifacts for him so that he could travel to a farm upstate. It was a rather dark and heart-wrenching sort of ending to that story. But so you can go dark with it. Definitely check it out. I also want to remind you that we have a sale going on over at Indie Press Revolution on traditionally printed books, 50% off. That includes all of our OGL stock that's over there, including Scarred Lands. There's some Monarchies of Mao stuff there, which is the cat version of the Pugmire setting for first edition, and Legend Lore. And also included in the sale, we have a couple Chronicles of Darkness books. So Dark Ares 2, I believe, and Changeling the Lost are also in that sale. And I want to remind you all that the last Friday of every month is Onyx Path's game night through Start Playing Games. If you head over to our Discord and check out the game night channel, you can get all the information on that. It's an opportunity for you to try out some games, set up a game either with your friends, or set up a game for people can pay to join, and it's up to you. You get to keep if you're GMing, you get to keep your share of the proceeds to that. And I don't think Onyx Path takes anything off that. I think it just goes to Start Playing in the GM. It's just a chance for the community to sort of try out new games, or have, maybe if you've been a player but you've never been a story guide and you want to try that out, it's a perfect opportunity. So head over to the Discord and check that out. Now that I have paid the bills, as it were, let's do our outros. So we'll start this time with Lecco. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you've been playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Sure. I'm Lecco Rodriguez. I'm a personal trainer, and I am hoping to help people get around those kind of one-size-fits-all fitness plans and fad diets that are pretty much guaranteed to fail. You can go to teamlecco.com for a free consultation. I am also fully documenting my current 90-day transformation. Basically, I'm just trying to provide people with reasonable tools and solutions to their frustrations and problems they might have. So go to the website. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter at Team Lecco and ask me questions there, or publicly or privately. I've been playing Fabian the Ferret Ortega, gentleman. Well, he's not really a gentleman anymore. He's one might say he's an exposed thief.
Something of a miscreant.
Yeah. And then otherwise, Lech, who is unafraid of throwing villainous people to the ghosts.
Clearly.
All he hymns, and yeah, I don't know, man. just falling out. I can't. I gotta go. I can't. Give money for Pugmire. I don't have my dog here because he barked earlier and he's out there, but next time he'll be here to get.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure to share this adventure with you. Next up, CJ, please, all of your details.
Hey everyone, I'm CJ Story. You can find me at CJ Story pretty much everywhere, including here on Twitch. If you'd like to know the other places that I play TTRPGs, and you're watching this on VOD, you can just fast forward to the beginning. That being said, my pronouns are they, them, and I've been playing Sula Farron, who is she, her, and I don't know, might be making some lasting bonds, or at least significant ones. So good for her.
I'm very proud of her, and it's fun to watch her journey. I truly appreciate being able to be a part of it, and appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Always a blast.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that you're all having a tenth as much fun as I am, because this has been putting me over the moon. Who knows? Maybe next session you'll go over the moon. We'll see. Speaking of over the moon. Martinique, Chaz, give us your pertinence, please.
I am Chaz, he, him, PhD candidate who, I say this every game, I say it, will continue to say it, like I will be on the social medias at some point because I promised Travis 5 years ago. And so I will make solid on that promise eventually.
I'm going to die, and Chaz's first tweet's going to be like a link to my obituary.
I promised him I'd get on social media.
And now it's here. And I'm playing Martinique, the the pacifist chef.
I don't know if I'd go so far as pacifist. You did.
Yeah, I can't pull that one off. Yeah, the chef who has some penchant for violence when it's necessary.
Absolutely. It's like any other seasoning you apply to taste.
Yes.
To finish straight until done. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. I love it. And last but not least, that brings us around to the beautiful Babs Butcher. Please, your pertinence.
Beautiful Bass Busher. Hi, I'm Millie and or Bunny Hearted. I am but a simple, cozy, comfy, retro-styled bunny VTuber with a slime on my head. And you can find me over at twitch.tv/bunnyhearted doing cozy adventure things in indie games. I've been playing Babs Butcher. My pronouns are she and her, they and them. Hers are she and her. And this has been an absolute, just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a pavlova. It's a really mess. Like just a mess, but a complete and absolute joy. I'm adoring this. This has been so much fun.
Well,
I cannot wait to see how this comes together resolution wise next week.
oh, it's going to be.
If it does, if we just keep accidentally doing this for longer, like I got a few more Tuesdays.
Right. I mean, like I've said it before, but season 2.
Just keep pushing the chaos forward. You're all doing a very good job
It's
of
going to
that.
cause enough problems next game that you just have to keep going.
I had a plan. I had a plan where this could have ended tonight, but then I just didn't do that plan because why would I when we had all this beautiful, wonderful chaos happen?
Oh, I'm curious what the plan was. Now you have to tell us later.
Well, for sure. Yeah, at some point when it's all said and done, I will let you know. And thank you so much, Raven, for the raid. I appreciate it.
Yakety Sax, is that the song? That's
yes.
the song. Yeah. I'm just making sure.
Yes, it is Yakety Sax, the Benny Hill theme.
Yep.
So, the last thing I want to make sure that I let you all know, so I don't forget, the game we've been playing, Trinity Continuum Adventure, is part of the Trinity Continuum. While the Trinity Continuum core book is available over at Drive-Thru RPG, through Indie Press Revolution, at Studio 2, and your friend of the local game store, Adventure is not quite yet out, but you can head over to BackerKit and back it and get yourself a copy of the advanced PDF. I believe pretty much you get it within about 24 hours of backing it. And it's going to be available publicly very soon. So head over to BackerKit. I just threw the link to that in the chat and secure your copy of Adventure. And you can have as much fun as we're having. You can knock people out of windows and then say that you had a falling out. Great moments in gaming history. But yeah, I've been Travis. My pronouns are he, they, and when I'm not running games, I am writing them. I would like to thank you all so much for taking the time to be here to play. It's been huge fun for me. I want to thank the audience for taking the time to sit and watch, whether you're watching live or in the VOD. It's deeply, deeply appreciated. We will be back here this time next week for more hijinks and high places. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Wash your hands, wear a mask, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.
Take care, y'all. Don't get eaten by a bear.
Or do and let us know how it goes.